How's it going, everybody? My name is Adam Solis. Thank you for clicking and watching this video. Obviously, from the title, if you're watching this video, it's because you have questions or you want to learn a little bit more about debt consolidation. What does that mean? What does it do for you? What are the goods and what are the bads? I'm going to touch base on all of that, some major key points if you're thinking about debt consolidation, why you should do it, and why honestly you shouldn't do it. This is coming from somebody who has done it before in the past. It helped me tremendously, but it's not going to help every single one of you. I'm just going to flat out say that. So really take the time to watch this video. If you have questions, do not hesitate to comment down below and I will answer every question that you have. If I have to make a second video about it because maybe I didn't explain things good, then I'll make a second video. So jumping right into it, with that being said, I also want to touch base real quick. If you're new and this is your first time on this channel, we talk about ways to improve your credit score, financial literacy, budgeting, and many different type of topics to help you improve your current credit and financial habits. Typically, I like to stay within about 5 minutes or less of the video. This one, I'm going to tell you right now, is going to be a little bit longer. But if you find this video helpful, do me a solid favor. Please subscribe. Please like. It helps the channel. It helps reach people who are in need of this type of advice. I had somebody shoot me an Instagram message the other day on a very, very basic video I did talking about removing hard inquiries off your credit, and very super appreciative. And I there's people out there who need to know how to, they need help with their financial habits. We all do. I needed help. Unfortunately, I had to learn a little bit the hard way. I don't want you guys to learn the hard way. I want to give you the answers. I want to be able to help you guys through this. So with that being said, debt consolidation. What are some of the first advantages that I want to touch base on? What is debt consolidation? Debt consolidation is essentially when you combine all your debts into one. It's when you consolidate all of your debts. So if you have loans, if you have credit cards, if you have 5, 6, in my case, I had $10,000 spread across different credit cards. If you have that many loans and you want to make one big payment, you consolidate your debt into that. Again, I'm going to touch on some of the benefits and pros and cons. So the reason why people do that is because they want simple payments. They want it to be simplified. They want one payment every month, and that's it. That's all they want. They don't want multiple 5, 6, 7, 10 credit card payments. Which, if you have that many credit card payments, we're gonna talk about that in a different video, and why you should not have 7. You shouldn't even have one, maybe 1, 2 at the most, but you shouldn't have more than that many credit card bills due at the end of the month. And those credit cards should only be used for food and gas. That's it. Nothing else. Unless it's an emergency. But even then, we got to help you build your financial habits and, your savings, so you don't have to use credit. Only use credit to help you boost your credit on things that you already, pay for every month. So that's a different video, but essentially it helps you simplify your payments. That way you have one payment every single month, one big payment every single month. Which, by the way, if that's the only reason that you want to consolidate your debt, I'm telling you right now, do not do it. If that is the sole reason that you want to consolidate your debt, do not do it. Right? Flat out, I'm telling you, do not do it. Just keep your payments and make a note, on your phone. You can put a reminder on the way that I do it. And I don't want to go too much on a tangent, but I'm not going to show you actually. But the way that I do it is on my phone. I set a reminder for the due date of my credit card payment. And I set a reminder 2 days prior to when it's due. So 2 days prior to when it's due and on the due date. And within that reminder, when my phone reminds me on the little notes section, I put my information as far as who it's for. I put the phone number. That way, if I can call them right there. I don't have to Google anything. I can just hit the number, call them. It makes it a lot easier. You want to make it easier. That way, you don't have to, the less restriction, sorry about that, the less restriction that you have to make those payments, then it's going to be the easier and the better for you to actually be able to pay your stuff, not forget. The more restrictions that you have doing something, the harder it is gonna be for you to actually do it. It's like waking up in the morning. It's like going to the gym. You want to have the least amount of restriction. Is that the right word? Restraint. You want to have the least amount of something holding you back to be able to do something. So with that being said, that's the best way to do it. Another main topic I want to talk about here is the benefit of debt consolidation. One of the reasons why you should do it, in my opinion, is so you can get a lower interest rate, leading to potential savings over time. What does that mean exactly? So if you have, let's say you have, 3 credit cards and they're 24% interest rate, and you're spending a lot of money on interest a month, a year, then that's not good. You're literally throwing a lot of money away. So with debt consolidation, what it offers, for the most part, a lot of lenders aren't good. There are some good ones, but there's a lot of bad ones. So definitely do your research. If you want, I can tell you which one that I used, but I'll probably link it down below. I kind of do and I kind of don't want to do that, just because I want you to do your research based off of what works for you. But I'll go ahead and link it. That way you can check them out. It's happymoney.com, I think it is. But with that being said, if you have high interest rate across your credit cards, what you can do is you can reach out to a lender, consolidate your debt, and it'll essentially drop your interest from 20, 24, and you can get 11, 12, 13, even 15%, depending on your credit score. Which, if you want to get a higher credit score, we have videos talking about how you're able to do that. But you can essentially lower your interest rate, saving you money. The caveat to that is that in doing so, a lot of these lenders, they charge you a certain percentage or a flat out fee in using them to consolidate your debt. Like, for instance, in my scenario, I used Happy Money, I think it was. And when I did that, they charged me for a certain loan. They charged me like $600 to $800 on top of the loan that I requested. So if I had $10,000, they put $9,200 to $9,400 in my bank account. So they right off the back automatically took $600 to $800. That's because I had good credit. I had over 700 credit score. It's all based off of your credit. They can take a little bit more, they can take less, but either way, that is the only downside. So if you do the math over the long run, if you're losing less than $600 on that difference, then go ahead and do it. In my scenario, I was losing a lot more because I had a lot more credit cards that I consolidated, and it made sense for me to do it. So another reason, if that is a case, and I think we kind of touched on this a little bit already, is a benefit is to alleviate stress and confusion associated with managing multiple credit cards, lenders, and different due dates. Which, again, if that's the only reason why you're gonna consolidate your debt, I wouldn't do it. I just get more organized, and I might make a video actually explaining how I organize my my debts. I don't have many anymore. I'm actually almost debt free, which is amazing to say. I can I can, yeah, that's a whole different story, which is why I'm making these videos, is so I can teach you what I know, so you can also be debt free. So I can technically pay off all my debt right now, just because I'm excited to say I can technically pay off all my loans except my school and my car, but I can technically pay everything off and be free. But my interest rates on those loans aren't that bad, so I'm just kind of keeping a little bit more of my savings right now. But uh, that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people want to consolidate their debt, is to alleviate the stress, the confusion, and the hassle of managing multiple due dates. Okay, now let's talk about the risks, the drawbacks of debt consolidation, and why you should not do it, which I myself have um, experienced this. I fell into this trap. Uh, I consolidated my debt, and it freed up a lot of purchasing power on the credit cards that I freed up, and then I ended up using those credit cards again, and I raised. So I got myself more into debt by consolidating my debt, pushing me back even further. That is one of the like that is one of the main reasons why I want to tell you, do not consolidate your debt, because essentially what it's happening is you're masking an underlying financial behavior without addressing the proper thing that needs to be addressed, which is your bad habits. You're overspending, you're spending stuff on stuff that you don't need, and that is bad financial habits. And we will talk about that in these videos that I make. But if you have bad financial habits and you're trying to consolidate your debt, at the end of the day, you're going to put yourself in a worse position, because you're not really working on what's making you go into debt. So that's one of the main reasons why, even if it's saving you money, I want to tell you, do not consolidate your debt, because it's, if you're not financially, like if your habits aren't good, then you're just gonna end up worse. You're gonna end up worse. I put myself back so far. I could have already had my debt been paid off and money been stacked up and saved if I didn't do this, because I consolidated my debt, and then I ended up using my credit cards again, putting myself back into even more debt. And that is I'm telling you right now, that's not a position that you want to be in. Please, if you are considering consolidating your debt, cut up your credit cards. Do not use them. Do not use them if you consolidate your debt. Consolidating your debt is not for you to keep using the money that you just freed up. It's for you to help you and put you in a better position for tomorrow. Please listen to me. I know what I'm telling you. That is not a position. It can ruin you. It can ruin families. I know what I'm telling you. So another big downside to consolidating your debt, again, depending on which lender you use, is the risk of using any type of collateral, such as your home or vehicle, to secure the loan that you get. So some lenders, what they will do is they will require you to have some type of collateral. So in my situation, I just paid $800, and that was it. They gave me the money. I consolidated my debt, paid my cards off, and that was it. What some lenders will do is they'll actually have you sign over some paperwork to the rights of your vehicle. It can be, something that has to do with your home, which in that scenario I would not do. Just flat out, I wouldn't do it, because then that can really, again, if you're not smart and you're not your financial habits aren't where they need to be, then it can really, really put you in a bad position. And that's not something that we want to do. So if they are requiring any type of collateral, I wouldn't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Because if you mess up, then that's it. You mess up. they'll take away your things. So again, one of the downsides we kind of talked about is additional fees and costs associated with the consolidation process that may diminish potential savings. What does that mean? Again, we kind of talked about it a little bit. A lot of these lenders, what they'll do is they'll charge you a certain fee, or in my scenario, I can't remember I'm just gonna say it was $800, and right off the bat, I had to pay $800. But over the long run, I would have saved more than $800 that I had lost. So you kind of have to do a little bit of math. If you are not going to save more than what that fee is, then don't do it just because it doesn't make sense. Consolidating your debt for one big payment at the end of the month is not worth it. The savings is worth it if your financial habits are where they need to be. Okay. You know what? I'm going to please like and subscribe. And I am going to make a video very soon, within the next week or two, talking about some financial habits that I have learned that can help you so you don't get put in a bad position, because sometimes we may be unaware. We don't know what we don't know. That makes us ignorant. We've all done it. I probably am one of the worst that's ever done it. So I can almost guarantee I was in a worse position than the people that are watching this video. So don't feel bad about it. We all make mistakes. This is why you're watching this video, because the mistakes we made, we need to fix them. So I applaud you for that. You made a mistake. You're here to watch. I applaud you for that. You're in a good spot. You're in a good spot, in a spot that is for you to move forward. So pat yourself on the back. You're taking the right steps in order to put yourself in a better future. So additional fees, costs, do the math. If it works out for you, great. Basically, that is some of the key points of the goods, the pros and the cons of debt consolidation, on why you should or shouldn't do it. In conclusion, the debt consolidation process, it has both opportunities and risks to it. You have to be super hyper aware of your situation, and do not be a self-saboteur. I don't even know if that's a word, but do not self-sabotage yourself to where you're going to end up in a very bad position in the future. That's not something that you want to do to yourself. So please be responsible. Please ask me any question that you may have. I will guide you. I promise I will guide you in the right direction. I will tell you my experiences based to the best of my knowledge. So I was gonna say something else, but it totally slipped my mind. So be extremely careful. Do the math. If you have any questions, comment down below. Just to recap, some of the benefits to debt consolidation is to secure lower interest rate, to simplify your monthly payments to where you have one payment, and it alleviates the stress and confusion with managing multiple creditors or lenders throughout the month, to where you don't have to risk any late payments. Which, if you do have late payments, comment down below and subscribe and like. That way it can reach multiple people, but that way that when I will be posting a video on how to get rid of late payments. So there's multiple ways to do it. I know there's a bunch of videos out there already, but I want to tell you how I did it. So turn on the notification somewhere on the screen. There's a bell. Hit that bell. Turn on the notifications to every time I post a video. That way you can essentially see when I post a video about how to help you raise your credit. So some of the downsides to debt consolidation is it can mask underlying financial behaviors without addressing your overspending and bad habits. It involves risk to using collateral such as homes or vehicles to secure the new loan. And additional fees or costs associated with the consolidation process may diminish potential savings. So again, those are some pros and cons to debt consolidation. So if you're new and this is your first time on this channel, we talk about ways to improve your credit score, financial literacy, budgeting, and different topics to help you improve your current credit financial habits, typically done within about 5 minutes or less. If you find this video helpful, do me a solid favor by subscribing and liking this video. Share this video with a friend or family or someone who you may think may be able to benefit from it. Believe it or not, it helps a ton. It helps me. It helps reach multiple people that are in your position, in the position that I was also in. So comment down below what you are currently struggling with, and I will make another video just for you. So comment down below some of the things that you have questions about, some of the things that you are currently struggling with your money habits, with your credit score, with your investments. If I do not have the answer, I promise you I will get the answer and make a video. So with that being said, until next time, much love and appreciation to every single one of you. Please be careful. Please be safe out there. Be smart. And until next time, love you guys all. Peace.